front of them. Spencer had the right to live and have fun while playing sports, not getting beat the hell down because he wasn't good enough when that piece of shit was never good enough. But he had to make my boy feel like that. And Granddaddy, I'm going to send this to all your family too, because I pray that you speak up, because I have you on video too. Acknowledging Thomas is a problem. And all of you stay silent for this evil piece of shit. Tommy, you are money hungry. I don't doubt in the back of my mind that you and your mother were sitting there. If Neve couldn't die for the paycheck because I made such a stink about her, it was suddenly going to be Spencer. Again, I go back to every parent out there who loves their children and wants to make a change in this world. I ask you to go right back there to think of about all the instances that Spencer displayed. Even at his school, a teacher reached out to Child Protective Services and her claims were also neglected and brushed under the carpet. Child Protective Services has went to this woman's house at least 10 times. Not by just me, by other people. The most incredible people, I would say, and should have been immediately red flagged, was the school. But you know what happened to that person? Shortly after contacting CPS, she no longer worked there. I cannot get a hold of her. I do not know how to get a hold of her. All I have is her name on a court report, on Leon County police report. That's all I got. Everything else is blacked out, so I cannot see. We cannot allow people like this to continuously hurt, because when Thomas Kenyon doesn't have nobody else to abuse, he's gonna be that fucking serial killer out there in the darkness, hunting for your children, because that's how it works. That is exactly how it works. His behavior never got better. It increasingly got worse. Thomas Kenyon told me himself when we were dating and he was in the army, why didn't I fucking run? What a stupid piece of shit I am, right? But I thought, oh, whatever. He's just, you always say, oh, whatever, what a piece of shit, ignorant loser. A woman with no, what the fuck? I let him with his darling, his southern accent. Oh, darling. They told him he needed to be careful because he has all the characteristics of a serial killer. And they even told Thomas Kenyon, why is your mother prescribing you all of this Effexor? Thomas Kenyon was like taking 100 or 150 milligrams, I can't remember, of Effexor. And then she gave it to me. And when I told my doctor was like, oh my God, you need to stop that immediately, da-da-da-da-da. Who is giving you this? Myra, I think that you are one of those type people that secretly enjoy to cause pain to people. You're not going to make me out to be crazy anymore. I'm going to have my voice be heard without getting hysterical anymore, because what you have done to my life has made me into a different human being. But with the loss of my son, I hope that I can retrieve who I once was. in order to fight for what you've done. In these court documents that I just filed to Colquitt County, I'm going to put these on the internet too. I'm trying to build a website because I know I'm just scrambling here, but when it's all looked at, and when it's looked at by an intelligent person, I was severely wronged here. My children were severely wronged here. There was a severe misjustice here. And I threatened them in this paperwork. And I told her, you better not hurt my children. And as sick as it may sound, my baby's dead a month later. I feel like they're telling me to fuck off. So really quickly, we're going to go through some videos. But I need you to repost this because I'm in danger. My family's in danger of the lies and the manipulations that Myra has told and spread upon her friends at the Leon County Sheriff. I have the right to voice my opinion, my concerns, without being threatened of falsely put in prison, jailed. I have the right to say goodbye to my son. And I am begging you, if you share this, I believe that you will help me back them off a little. They now know that they are in trouble. Someone must respond to all of this. The overwhelming proof of police reports of the child abuse. The overwhelming proof that Thomas Kenyon should have already had violations of no contact order. But because he was in the county of his birthplace and his mama before him and her mama before her, and she was married to the sheriff who was friends with the judge, he was allowed special privileges. And any human being out there should be concerned about that, because that doesn't make us free. That is not justice. The hell do we got judges for? That's not justice. Everybody should be concerned about that, especially everyone in that town. McClintock should not be in his position. He has abused his power and his authority. He did not look or take into consideration evidence, documentation that all led up to what they said was going to happen and what has happened. And I will not allow you to sit behind your throne and think that you are going to get away with this. You should be charged. Mickey Wallace should be charged. Myra Thomas should be charged. And Thomas Kenyon should be charged. My rights as a human being in this United States should be restored. I should be able to walk outside and feel free and not scared. Because you're not here, Leon County, for any other reason except to protect people like me. Not allow people like this to buy you out and destroy people like me. And then you wonder why the world is turning against you people right now and hates you people. This is why they hate you people. Because instead of saying sorry for your loved ones, sorry that I didn't fucking say, hey, you know what? I don't give a shit about favoritism and kissing your ass and money. We have to do the right thing here, folks. What is so fucking hard with that? Where did integrity go in this world? Where did doing the right thing go? Because amongst all these papers is overwhelming proof that you did not do your fucking job. That you didn't give a shit about the truth or who was going to get hurt. That you are not there to protect us citizens. And I want an answer. This here are transcripts that I stole from a stack of my documentations that was sitting in my ex-lawyer's office. Documentation that I can no longer get because they tell me that this ceased to exist. They told me this doesn't exist at all. This is how dirty they play. And right here, I would like to let you know here. Very welcome. Then, of course, she began to cry harder. This was not only observed by me. This was observed by by another staff member from another viewing room. So as it took place, the other staff member came in and took Neve off to the room to calm her down. Once Neve got calmed down, brought back into the visitation room, she all but refused to come back into the visitation room, but reluctantly did so. The visitation continued, and where she would not have anything to do with her father because of that. Okay? Now, I would like to show you that here is claim after claim about Thomas not being able, by different people. Okay, you see all that? Words. Not being able to handle himself. Okay? Testimonies of people saying that I'm a good mother. Okay? Here's from Wayland's school. To whom it may concern, hello, I'm writing this letter on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Royston. As a Wayland's preschool teacher, I have the opportunity to work with Mr. and Mrs. Royston since January 2016. Wayland attends special education program 4 days a week. Wayland has shown great progress, and Mr. and Mrs. Royston have been a huge help with getting him on schedule and working with him at home. I am not. Every person in my Child Protective Services case stated I was a great mother. These people have told everyone around me that I am a drug addict and that I am a piece of shit who left my children. That is not true. They stole my children for $40,000. I finally got an amount when Myra Thomas wrote a statement for somebody else stating I have taken $40,000 away from her fighting this exhausting court battle. If I was a piece of shit mother like they stated, it would have took her $0. And these people, her educated friends who work at hospitals and shit, I can't believe that they sit there and listen to that bullshit. Because anyone would know when you're fighting a mother who is accused of being a piece of shit drug addict and you have a big fancy home like that and you got money, you don't need nothing. You go into the court and say, yes, I would like to take these children because this reason and that reason, and it's done. Anyone with a pea brain would know that. It wouldn't cost her $40,000 like she claimed. It only costs $40,000 when you're stealing someone's children. Is it playing? Now, I would like to talk about this video because this is how Myra Thomas preconditioned at such an early age. She started telling my baby she was crazy. They were crazy so that she could get him hooked on drugs.
You had 2 days without medicine, Spencer. You had 2 days without medicine. Okay, how come you didn't act crazy? When did you act crazy, Mommy? So, I'm asking you a question, son.
You acting like a normal kid to me. It's not crazy.
Who tells you you're crazy, Spencer? Who? Well, you had 2 days without no medicines, and I think Nina's is wrong because you didn't act crazy at all. You act like a normal little boy your age, Spencer. When she tells you you're crazy, what else does she say to you, Spencer? And what else?
Now, with that, and with this other video, one moment.
Yo.
So I don't. So please forgive me. I don't know if it was recording when I just did this, but this is my daughter explaining how that medication makes her hurt so bad and makes them hurt so bad. It made them sick. This is how young Myra started polluting their brains. She wants to talk about my daughter being promiscuous and all that fucking dirty shit she said. Well, Myra, what do you expect when you get a little girl like that and you're sitting there with her and Pretty Woman is your guys' favorite movie to watch together? I thought that was weird way back then, but I especially think it's fucking creepy now. So, let's pause.
Go.
Okay, so this is a call with Detective Gaines last year when my daughter was trying to commit suicide. My daughter states that Miss Myra Thomas has a suitcase that locks that she keeps all her pharmaceutical goodies in. And my daughter does not recall what happened that night. She does. This is what she does recall: that she was having a good night, and she was not wearing the same clothes that she ended up in the hospital ODing on stuff. I believe Myra did that. Just like when Thomas broke my face for the second time, Myra gave me a medicine that to this day is why I do not take no medication from no one. She gave me this medicine, and I would never forget that night and the thing that I saw standing in her bathroom doorway when I was trying to get up. It was a very vivid, very scary dream, or happened, I don't know, but I know that because of that incident, I never ever take anything from no one. She tried to push her drugs on me. She pushed them on her son. She pushed them on my children. She must be held responsible. Here is an email where she states he comes to our house and visits us along with the children. This is the same doctor that the kids state that they sit over there and drink alcoholic drinks together. What doctor that's prescribing me, my children, all these methamphetamines pretty much? Professionalism is definitely nowhere here, because he should not be at this woman's house drinking alcohol and listening to this dumb woman tell him what he needs to do and how much he needs to do. So, again here, Detective Gaines, where I state to him I'm worried about my son. I think that it's a valid argument here that a year ago I was saying, if you do not intervene and do the right thing, I'm going to lose one of my children. And not even a fucking year later, my boy's gone. I hope that justice finds each and every single one of you that had part in this. The police chief whose wife was dying from cancer, who is allowing this bitch to abuse my children because he believes her. He believes this soft-spoken, sweet woman that helped his wife with cancer cannot be the evil piece of shit that she really is. And it's easier to believe that I'm just a piece of shit crazy person, because a woman from that stature and a nice house, and she's a nurse and this and that, and she tries to make people believe that she is so sweet and innocent when she is the most vile piece of shit. She stabs you when you're turned. At least stab me when you're looking at me, damn it.
Have been abused. There is sufficient, when I sit down and I look at all the paperwork, I'm like, that is sad that there is so many dots that are connected and these children are just left to be abused. Because this woman speaks so sweetly and softly and has money. I think that the things were overlooked purposely, and I'm worried for my children. I'm worried about my son, because that wasn't my son. The way he speaks and is now, like a little soldier, he's so angry. The things that he says is not right.
His dad took his soul away. A year ago, I saw it. I don't know if it's a gift, but you can see when there's light in people. And he took my baby's light away. Spencer, I need to know what happened to you. The summer of 2020, if anyone from Florida across the United States into Washington remembers seeing my baby boy, Spencer, at any time, this is my phone number, and if you can remember anything that would lead any information on his state of mind, what you saw, this piece of shit did something to my baby that summer. If anybody has any information on the body who was found in Washington State by this human being here, this piece of nasty dog shit, with this beautiful baby boy, please call me at this number, because I need to know about my baby. You hear me pleading. This is not even a year ago. And what you're going to hear is a detective that doesn't even acknowledge it. He will not even answer to it. Yesterday, while talking to the police, the other day talking, nobody will acknowledge the facts of what Thomas Kenyon has done, what has been allowed, the restraining order, the violations that they ignored because it's Thomas Kenyon. That's why I call upon the society to help me. Don't let these people live happily. They're murderers. How could she let my babies cry for me over and over? But her piece of shit got his mommy. Every time he gets in trouble, he cries for his mommy, and he gets his mommy. But when my babies cry for their mommy, they didn't get their mommy.
He suffered physical abuse, and he told the teacher. The teacher reached out to CPS. The teacher no longer works there. The case was found. They didn't find. That's impossible.
I can not hear you talking.
That absolutely, sir. I understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to.
That way, you know, the mayor is safe, and if we get hits, you should not get any tax off as well.
That absolutely, sir. I understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or not listen to you, but I feel like this is in Nevaeh's. She got it all right, and this is in Nevaeh's safety and her well-being. And if you just give me a little bit of time, we'll give you every answer you want, including being in front of another law enforcement officer.
Well, again, I say I'm trying to figure out what your reservation is. If you think I'm going to come where you are.
No. Well, I think that you guys could. I know that Miss Myra would love to get me on kidnapping charges. You know, but like I told her, I said, you know, when I left, I don't know. I know as much as you know. You guys are the ones who hid. You just, you know, but like I told her, I said, you know, when I left, I don't know. I know as much as you know. You guys are the ones who hid that she had been running away from me for like a year and a half. That she almost died a couple times. I mean, they only call me when he's about to kill her, you know, and that's not okay.
So you're getting my question. How do you strive to petition for?
See, there's never no acknowledgement. It's been proven, it's been stated. I don't care that right now My daughter has totally flipped a switch, just like Spencer did one day. My Spencer loved me to pieces. Hearing his teacher, Mrs. Johnson, rings in my head since the day that they told me my baby was gone. I could hear her voice saying, I cannot wait for you to see the card Spencer has made for you because he put so much work and love into it. You hear me pleading and you hear them not acknowledging it.
Absolutely, sir. I have paid for 3. I have to have autograph and Tommy's way.
Well, yeah, and again, the reason I'm keep asking some of my concern is just we gotta have some information, but I'm not kind of regard to I understand, you gotta get a local place you are. Please tell me what state you in.
You have there
Another
is plenty.
conversation.
I have seen those investigating shows, and you guys have plenty enough evidence that he is abusing her. Why are you going to let them finish raping her?
Okay, it's I don't want you to think that no one's trying to protect her. What you don't know is it's still a possibility. It's a small possibility that she may leave with you. That's not on us.
Okay, I would like to, a moment. Myra is using her authorities at her hospital, calling Children's Hospital in Seattle, trying to pull and dictate the strings, which she almost did. They almost did not want to release my child to me, but I threw such a nasty stink that you could hear the detective. It's not gonna happen, you know. There's still a possibility she's gonna leave with you because the stink that I'm throwing is so much. And when you're in a state like Washington or California, where you still have some rights, they start to back off, like you could hear.
I guess the child protection investigator or whoever is coming there, and they'll make a decision of what's going to happen at that point. Like I say, they're speaking with the officer there. They talk with you. They talk with her. They were in there.